Welcome back to Homegrown. This is Christy, and I want to thank you for watching. Today I want to talk about our laundry space. And a lot of people are particular about their kitchen space and their laundry space because they spend a lot of time in it. And the purpose for this video is 2 days ago I was watching YouTube on one of my subscribers' channels, and she was in her laundry room, and I got some fantastic ideas just by watching. She wasn't even talking about laundry in particular. She was showing something that she had. And I got some fantastic ideas, and my hopes are maybe if I show you our video and our setup that you might get some ideas also. A lot of us will look to YouTube and Google for ideas of organizing and making things easier. So this is the method so far that works for us. Now, we built this house 4 years ago, and I knew when we built this space what we had had in the past. And I cannot stand having a washing closet, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I don't like it being confined. If you have to spend some time in that space, to me, I like open, airy spaces. Not to mention there's less construction process really involved in it, but so what I had hoped with this area was, and actually what we ended up doing was in the whole house having open floor plans in all of the rooms. This room in particular where you do the laundry, the space is measured out to fit exactly for a washer and dryer and your fingers to get in there in case you need to shimmy it out. So this wall here was built just to separate enough from the other rooms to where you cannot see bottles standing on this shelf. And this shelf's the next thing I want to point out. It's another nice feature that I enjoy about this room, but I didn't want to be able to see any of this from the other room. So this wall is 6 foot high. It's high enough to block out this, but still serve a purpose. It also kind of, keeps the washer and dryer in here. And probably my most favorite feature about the whole entire laundry space is our ladder. And my husband's uncle was selling their property, and they had an old barn, and I knew it was loaded with a lot of antiques. We went over to look, and I wanted to include as much of this stuff as possible in our house. And I found these ladders, and they were fantastic. They were all different makes and models and types, and most of them were wood. Most of them were antique-y. I think antique technical form is 100 years or older. I'm not sure the age of these, but this ladder caught my eye. It had a lot of character. It's been used a lot. You can tell by the rungs on it where people have been walking on it, and there's even paint. You can see some paint on here that was already there. And we got this ladder, and some of them were tapered. Some of them were smaller at the top and got larger as they went down. Those were really cool looking, but they wasn't going to fit the space we had in here. I wanted to keep head space between me and the item because my husband's a lot taller than I am in case he was in here. So I knew that this would go back in farther and it would serve the purpose. So let me show you how we use this. And actually, like I said, the wall is 6 foot high and it's bolted up here. So it's not going anywhere. And then he put a board down there, and then, it's sitting in there and it's fastened in there. So it's very stable. Just the day before, my daughter wanted to wash her white coat, and we didn't do it in the washing machine because it needed to be stripped. It was a beautiful white coat, and you'll see it here in a second. We did a strip soak, and we'll do another video that shows you how to strip soak your laundry, but we needed to do it in the tub. It soaked for 24 hours in our washing powder that we had. And then, of course, when you lifted it up, it was super saturated in the down or whatever's in that filler. And it was heavy and dripping. So here's her coat. It's a beautiful coat. But you can imagine this when it was wet, it was very heavy. And it's 25 degrees outside. So hanging this outside was not feasible for a couple reasons. One, I didn't want to worry about the freezing ice with that and wanting it to dry out. Not to mention the wind we've had here lately. There was tornadoes 2-3 days ago, and the wind has not really calmed down. We live on a hill, so I could see this blowing off, and we'd have to start all over on our washing process. And birds like to perch on my clothesline outside, so we just decided to wash it indoors and then dry it indoors. So this is a great feature too. The reason why I love this ladder is because it's hanging literally right above the washing machine. And for her coat, and we've done this for a lot of other items also, where we've had to wash them and then they needed to drip dry in the house. You just put a hanger inside of it and it hangs right here, and then boom. Of course, when it was wet, it hung straight down and it dripped right down into the washing machine. And there was no mess on the floor, and it was quite heavy. And you know, for this being so sturdy, we didn't have any problems. And it didn't matter where we hung it, whether we hung it here or there. I have a rung that goes right above the washing machine. It would drip dry right down in here. And I can hang multiple items in here. So if we've got shirts, or say someone goes outside and it's raining, you can hang the stuff over a railing if you want to. But we'll bring it in here, and if we wash it, we can hang it above here. And I can hang multiple items there. Another great thing I like about this ladder being in here is the fact that, for one, I did not have to drill into our ceiling. That was one thing that I did not want to do. I know some people hang plant hooks from their ceiling, and you know, something like this, they would put a hook and hang wire from this. I don't know what it is. I just don't like anything from the ceiling. I just think the lights and that's enough. And we do have a pot rack in the kitchen, but I don't like drilling or screwing anything into the ceiling. So this other thing I like about the ladder is when you wash items like this that need to lay air dry with airflow all the way around them, you have the rungs to the ladder that you walk on. You can lay those up there. And this time tomorrow, those pillows will be dry. And they have airflow all the way around them. I just love this ladder being up here, and it's stylish. Our home is decorated in and there you go. I love having the ladder in here. It's stylish. It fits our country barnwood theme we have in our home. And this time tomorrow, those pillows will be dry. So I love that feat. So I love this feature. I love having our ladder in here. It serves a lot of purpose. I love having the ladder in here. It serves a lot of purposes. It helps us out in many ways, from hanging laundry to hanging sheets and blankets to laying pillows on. This time tomorrow, those pillows will be dry. It's fantastic because it has complete airflow all the way around. We've hung blankets that we've washed. They'll stretch across this thing here and all the way, and you know, it's a complete cover, airflow, and then I mean, within a couple hours, the blankets are dry. So if you can't hang things outside, this is a great alternative. Another thing I wanted to show you was our shelf. And I did not want to set things on the washing machine because things fall down and in between. It can't really get in between here. We don't have a mini shelf that goes in between. I do lose my 6-year-old socks down in between the washing machine and dryer, which, by the way, here's a freebie. I'm not sure what exactly this is or where you get it from. Look at that. This might be some kind of a pipe cleaner or something. This item here is a nice little tool to have. And part of the reason why I got it, I don't even know. I think I seen it at the store. I don't even know what it's used for, to be perfectly honest with you. But it fits nicely down in between my washer and dryer. So when we lose my 6-year-old's socks down in here, I can take this down in here and then pull forward, and it pulls them socks. It sticks to where this wiry, bristly stuff sticks. It pulls it right out. Not to mention lint that falls down in there, and I can take it all the way to the floor, and when it hits the floor, I just pull right straight out and pulls out all socks, anything like that. So it works wonderful. I'm not sure what that is. If you guys want to comment on if you know what that is, but I seen it store. Oh, that would be perfect. Forgetting, maybe they make something like that. I'm not sure. But another thing I wanted to show you was our shelf. And I love the shelf being here because I don't like I said earlier, I don't want things falling down behind the washing machine. And this is a way to sit things up there so they're not sitting them on the back of your washing machine. And a lot of people like to do that. For one, you get liquid that comes and drips down and ends up behind your machine, on your machine, in between the cracks. To me, it's just simpler to have it on a shelf, or you just pick up the stuff, wipe the shelf, and then boom, it's done. You don't have to worry about anything falling down in there. So we keep there's our bleach. I have our detergent. There's homemade laundry detergent and fabric softener up there. And then these jars, this is for when I find coins in the pockets. This is girls' night out fun. Looks like I might have 20 cents in there. That might get me a little ways. And this is our Oxy. In a lot of our containers, I'll use recycled scoops. I think this is from like a protein shake or something. So, and then I have, this is our powdered homemade fabric laundry detergent. And then obviously our hangers so we can hang things up, which I can show you really quick. A lot of times my husband doesn't like his shirts thrown in the dryer because they shrink. Even after they've been washed multiple times, they will shrink. So all I have to do is hang his laundry up here. And I can hang, I don't know how many shirts. Of course, I got the pillows up here. I can hang a lot of shirts this way. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rungs up there to hang from. Or we can even hang them like this all the way. I can hang a lot of laundry on this ladder, believe it or not. So it's a really nice addition to have to your laundry room. So we have our dry detergent powder, and then this is our lint basket. So when we clean the dryer lint out, we put it in here, and there's a lot of things you can use dryer lint for, believe it or not. And I have kept onion bags, and you put this lint in onion bags that has the holes in it and hang it outside. And this time of year when it's cold, the birds will come and pick the lint out of the onion bag and take it to their home and make soft nests, warm nests with it. Our bird feathers in the yard, when our chickens and our other fowl that we have drop feathers, it does not sit there very long because the birds will swoop down. I've seen this many a time, and they'll swoop down and grab a feather and head right back up to the birdhouse with it. So it's nice to know that I can put this out and they'll grab a little bit of stuff. And then it seems like once it gets wet, they're really not interested in it as much. But yeah, they'll pick out what they want and then take off with it to their nest. And another thing too is making fire starters. A lot of people love to make fire starters with these. And with 6 of us in the house, we go through a lot of dryer lint. And you can also, like our chicken coop is just plywood. I haven't done this yet, but I've had this in mind to do. We keep our feed sacks, and I insulate the chicken coop with feed sacks. I literally just will shove it in the cracks and line the coop with it. But one thing I'm thinking of doing is we have enough of this that I could stick this in the feed sacks and then put the feed sacks along the walls in the coop, and that'll line it just that much more. Probably a long time, but if you really think about it, this is one piece of dryer lint. I know I'm showing you my yuckies, but that's pretty thick. I mean, you can get insulation that's about that size. And if I stick a handful of these in a bag, I mean, even if I'm working a little bit at a time, I can insulate that coop nicely. So a lot of things you can use dryer lint for. And then I have our basket of, this is our wool balls. And these are great because they're static reducers. They help add scents to your laundry when you're drying, and it also cuts your drying time in half. And I have been amazed at, when we've started using these, how much it really cuts the drying time down. And I keep our essential oils here on the dryer, our favorite smells. And then we actually have 3. I can't find the other one. It probably gets stuck down in a sock or someone's sleeve or something. But you put your essential oils on these about probably every 3 days or so. And then put these in your dryer, and they just stay in the dryer with the clothes, and it makes them smell great. You can choose this essential oil that you would like to use. It knocks down the static and cuts your drying time in half. So I love dryer balls. And then, I don't know, you can see our washboard over there if it ever comes down to it. And when we have, well, we had a washer breakdown. That's something too, maybe we could discuss as a little freebie. I'd like to give freebies at the end of the videos, or at least I've started doing that. So your freebie for today's video, I guess, if you're thinking about buying a washing machine, some people might disagree with me on this, but I would like to get a hand wringing wash. So I don't know if you noticed our washboard we had over here. I've had to use that many times. I don't know if you noticed the washboard we had over there. I've actually used that multiple times. We've had electricity go out where we needed laundry. I remember, but was it 2 years ago we had electricity go out, and it was for a whole week. And I had to do laundry by hand, which is no biggie. I've done it before, and I had my washboard. I had to use that. One thing I do have planned is to get my hands on an old-fashioned two-tub with a wringer washing machine, where you have the washing clothes on one side, run it through the wringer, goes over into the other side where you can rinse and do it that way. I'm going to try to get my hands on one of those in case we're ever out with electricity again, or there's, for, you know, in the future, whatever happens, we have a need for it, we'll have it. But your freebie for today's video, if you are thinking about buying a washing machine and you're curious as to what type to buy, we have been through washers like nobody's business. With 6 people in the house and we live on a farm, the washing machine and the dishwasher is running just about constantly. We're going to start trying to slow that down, trying to reverse the effects of water usage and electricity. And so we've been washing more dishes by hand, and the laundry, I try to hang things on the line. So there's a lot of things we're doing to try to change and make it more eco-friendly. And as far as the washer goes, I know you notice that we have a very plain Jane washing machine. We had a fancy Maytag, had a glass top, all a digital panel on here, and it did not have an agitator in the middle. And for those of you who are curious and you're wondering whether or not those agitators work, maybe if you lived somewhere where you didn't get a whole lot of dirt on your clothing, that might work for you. But those agitators are meant to save water, so they don't put that much in there to begin with. You can only fill it so full with clothing because the agitator kind of does this. Maybe not all machines are that way. I'm going to get the Maytag man calling me saying you're completely wrong. But 9 times out of 10, our clothes would come out still with mud on the bottom of the pant legs and things like that. And we never really had issues with our washer other than it not getting the clothes dry. And upon calling the company, they would say, well, don't fill it so full or don't do this. Well, to me, it is a huge waste to only put 3 pairs of pants in the washing machine. You know, it's meant to wash. That's more electricity and water to use for that when I don't know. To me, that's just super wasteful. Anyway, we changed over to, and here there was a huge price difference. First of all, 2 things that I found that was beneficial for us to change over to this. For one, it was half, if not more than half of the price, which was a huge thing for us. I mean, I was looking at some washing machines that were, oh my gosh, if it was like $1,200 or something, $1,500, it was close to the one that we had, and did not have the agitator in it, which to me, in my mind already now, they don't clean as well. So I think they had a sale at the time, and with me being a veteran, I actually get the 10% discount. So I think we got our washer and dryer for like $450. And it has an agitator in it. So for those of you who don't know what an agitator is, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there's a post thing in the middle. If I can tilt that down and you can see the thing in the middle there? That actually is a big long column that's part of the motor, and it has flaps on the bottom, and then when it spins around like this, and when it's washing, the flaps are beating the clothes. I mean, it really kind of does a bang up job in there cleaning your clothes. And when you live on a farm and you're not particular about your things, you know, how they come out, I just really enjoy having an agitator in my washer. To me, I don't know what they call those, but the type that go up and down like that, they did not work for us. So we went right back to having this type of washer. It was super cheap and it matched our dryer. This dryer we've had for, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what we've had for years and years and years. Oh my goodness, better find some, that's not even wood. Let me find some wood. We've had that dryer for years and years. So this is our, oh, and then we just have our little shelf here. And this basically is, if I have a Phil Snap the bar, you know, here's my old yucky cheese grater to grate my Phil Snap in there for super dirty stained up things. Instructions to my daughter on how to strip wash her clothes. And then this is our scrub. You know, we put our homemade stain remover in here, and then you go on your clothes with that. I actually had this too that we've used. This is an old, what do they call this, like Shout stain remover bottle, and it's got the scratchy lid on. You can see it's tore up. But you can pop this off. I took the labels off and I popped this off, and I put our own stain remover in there, and then you can just keep the lid on it, and then when you want to use it, you know, it comes out the hole there, and you can scratch your laundry with it, and that thing's great. So I'm hanging on to that just in case, but we found this, and so this has worked nice too. I hope you enjoyed our laundry space. Maybe you got some great ideas. I appreciate you stopping in and watching today. Oh my gosh, I got so much bad this video. I hope you enjoyed our video today on our laundry space. I hope it gave you great ideas for your laundry space, maybe other areas even in your home. If you have any comments or maybe ideas, anything that you want to try, if you've tried it, let me know in the comments, please. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps our small channel out, and the more I will actually be able to put out more videos for you. I can make other rooms in our home. I can show you some of the other rooms in our home and how they function for us. So I appreciate you stopping in, and we hope thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed our videos so I can make more. It helps out our small channel. And I will see you next time.